So previously I had a log cart that I put under the one table that was over there. However, since I'm eventually going to get a table saw, hopefully sooner than later, I need to move the logs and put them somewhere else. So the other week, my friend Mike got this cart as a workbench. These two blue fronts were across the side here, so I needed it in a different configuration since he didn't want the bench. So I cut that part off, put them on the side, and the logs all fit. So basically I attached a 2x4 along there, screwed that in, and then used L brackets to attach it to the top. So this top part, basically the old bench came with a nice thick large top, fancier looking top, glued up strips of wood. I'm not sure if it was pine or maple or which, but it was a very nice top. He had previously just had a solid wooden door that he put a piece of hardboard on top, and since he didn't need that anymore, I got that, and I was able to put that on the top here, and basically I have a piece of 2x4 that goes along the edge of it in the front, and that's screwed in along. And then this was a piece of half-inch plywood that my friend Steve had given away, so I'm using that for the sides. So the bottom is going to be logs and carving wood. Some of the shorter pieces down to the bottom I'm probably going to make carving wood, and some of that, like that piece. The rest are longer, and I should be able to make jewelry boxes out of them at some point, or at least that's the attempt. But then for the top, since I have probably from here to about there, so 2 feet, foot and a half, yeah, probably 2 feet. So I have 2 feet above that cart that I can use for storage, where it's going to go over on that side of the garage eventually. And so this way, with the cart having little edges, I can actually sit boxes or whatever up there, and they're not going to just slide off the cart, which that will be useful. And I rounded the edges off, so don't bang myself on those, because there's nothing worse than nice crisp wood cut corners that act just like knives. And the other thing is, there's this other cart. It's a steel frame cart on locking wheels. This cart held a bandsaw originally. Mike had a different cart that he wanted the bandsaw on, so he didn't want the cart. So again, I got the cart because this is a joiner my friend Steve gave me, and now I have that on a cart. Previously that had been just sitting underneath the flip-top tool stand that's at this point behind me along the wall that, again, there was a previous video on. But yeah, and that works fine with just a piece of plywood. Again, old piece of shelving works just fine. Again, rounded off the corners. And then for my miter saw, Mike had an extra stand, so I put that on there, and that makes that much nicer. That's that Bosch saw with the arm, or the two arms, the 12-inch version. That works really nice for cutting nice, crisp, proper 90-degree 2x4s. For like this, for example, because I used that to trim the edges and make sure they were all the exact same length. That way the shelf had a better chance of being level. I also got an Infinity Tools, I think it's Infinity Tools, zero clearance insert for the saw, and that works really well. Yeah, so that's this video. The big thing is, which of course now I'm too close with the camera and you can't see, the new cart. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to put under there, but hey, I have 2 more shelves to put tools and various things. Maybe I'll put my parts boxes under there, or something else I'm not 100% sure, but in any case, it's a very nice sturdy shelf, and this is a nice sturdy cart. So when you can get free carts that you can use, why not? It's much easier, especially if they're solidly built like these. It's much easier than making your own, and that way you repurpose versus throwing them out. So anyway, that's all for this one.